Hi, my name is Tyler Haynes. I play Larry in a chorus line. I had heard from friends who had done productions of this how taxing it is on your body and whatnot. So when I got the job back in January, I started back up with classes, with dance classes at Broadway Dance Center, and then I hired on a trainer, and I just wanted to get as physically fit as possible.
Good.
I started dancing when I was 7. I'm from Georgia, and my story is, it's kind of like Mike's. Like, I was always at the studio because, you know, my mom was there waiting for my sisters. So one day I just kind of was like, well, why don't I try it out? And then I did, and I liked it. I tried sports, and I wasn't very good at sports, so I was okay at dance, and I just kind of kept pursuing it and doing it. I did the national tour of Will Rogers Follies when I was 11 because my little sister was a child actor, and it was kind of, we played Will Rogers Jr. and Mary Rogers, and they kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone by having one parent come with 2 kids. So I kind of got the job because I was her brother, because she was a lot more talented at the time than I was. She still is, but that was my first professional job, and then I just did a lot of community theater around Georgia. It was hard growing up, especially being a male dancer, and just having to deal with flack from your peers, and you're going through puberty and you already feel awkward as is, and then you have to deal with, for me, it was almost like hiding my identity in a way, because, you know, kids can be pretty cruel. There was one time that I changed the spelling of my name in a program because I knew that they were going to bring it in and try and humiliate me the next day, and so they had no real evidence because that's not my name, you know. I don't spell my name like that, that's not me. You know, and it got hard, but also it was okay because, like, you know, you just learn how to deal with it and keep your head up and move along with your day.
The unreachable, the unreachable, the unreachable star.
The nice thing about going to a magnet school for performing arts is, like, there's so much there for you. Not only was it an outlet for me to do what I love doing, it was also the first time that I really felt normal and accepted and respected for what I did, because I was around a bunch of other kids that were in the same position as myself. My first Broadway audition would have to be Dance of the Vampires. And that was, I auditioned for that. I did the summer after my freshman year at Carnegie Mellon. My agent, who is New York based, called me up, and they were having auditions for Dance of the Vampires. And so I flew up from Georgia 3 times for a series of callbacks. And then the last callback, I was, you know, in it for until the end, and then I didn't get it. But the day after I flew back from my final callback, I got a call to come right back up to New York for a vacation swing in Oklahoma. And thankfully I found a flight that wasn't, you know, too expensive, and I flew up and auditioned, and 30 minutes after I auditioned, I got the job. So that was pretty exciting, because, you know, when one door closes, another one opens. When you first move to New York, everything is, for me, it was just such a different pace. Everything was just much faster up here than it is down in Georgia. And, you know, my first year here was just settling in and figuring out, you know, finding a home and making a home for myself. And then I did, and so after that, it was just really, you know, became about finding myself in general and learning about myself as a man and as an adult, and exposing myself to the right people. And, you know, you learn. You meet some amazing people, and you meet some people that don't really have your best interests at heart. But you know, I don't know, since I moved to New York about 4 years ago, and I feel like I've just grown up a lot. The hardest thing that I've found so far is one day you have a job, and then the next day it can be taken away like that. I've been in 2 experiences, Urban Cowboy and Sweet Charity, where everything was going fine. Urban Cowboy, we had our opening night, we were coming down from our opening night. Next day we came in and we were closing. And that was my first time ever dealing with something like that. I did not see it coming. I had not planned for that, you know, psychologically and financially. And it was so heartbreaking because we had put so much work into the show and we worked so hard, and it was done. I've never seen a production of Chorus Line. I'd seen the movie, but didn't really compare. And it's just, during the whole rehearsal process, I don't know, like, I felt like I was emotional every day because just the story that it tells, and it's just, you know, it hits very close to home. And doing it every night and hearing how the audience reacts to it, it's just such an iconic piece, and to be a part of it is an honor. My favorite moment in the show is probably the alternative scene, the very last scene after Paul gets hurt. And Zach asked them what they would do if they couldn't dance anymore. And because it's scary, you know, being a dancer, your body, you know, there's only so much your body can take and only so much your body will last. And you have to think about other alternatives. And you don't want to, because there's no, I mean, I can't speak for anyone else, but for myself, like, this is it. Like, there isn't a plan B at the moment. I mean, there are other things that I want to do, obviously. I mean, I want to act more and I want to sing more, but I'm a dancer first and foremost. And, you know, you don't think, like, you know, it could all end tomorrow. Quite an interesting ride. I never, ever expected to be not only working, but living in New York and doing what I'm doing and getting paid to do what I love to do, and working with these amazing people and amazing directors, and just, and doing a show like this, such an iconic project. Never thought I would be, you know, where I'm at, and I'm very, very thankful.